Have you ever seen those busy streets of New York, where everyone is rushing and time seems to pass like lightning? But have you ever seen someone in that crowd who stands still, someone whose eyes hide as many stories as the ocean, someone whose silence carries a deep message? Today, I'm going to tell you a story, just like that. The story of a stranger who changed not only my life, but the lives of countless others. This is a story of experiences, of struggles, and of an inspiration that touches the heart. New York City is known for its tall buildings and a pace that never slows down. Everyone here is lost in their own rhythm, either in the race to fulfill dreams or simply trying to get ahead in life. On one of the busiest streets of this city, an old man was often seen standing. His hair was white, and his face was covered in a web of wrinkles, marks of a long life lived. But his eyes were truly as deep as the ocean. There was a calm in them, a certain glow that often made people stop in their tracks. People looked at him, paused for a moment, and wondered, who is this man? Is he a beggar? Is he waiting for someone to help him? But he was neither a beggar nor a monk you'd find near a temple. He would simply stand there, sometimes smiling, sometimes serious. He had something more valuable than any treasure in the world: experience. I was studying in New York during those days. I had seen him many times, but I had never stopped. But one day, my mind felt a little restless. As I passed by him, my steps suddenly froze. I gathered the courage and asked him, "You stand here every day. Why?" He looked at me. A faint sparkle appeared in his eyes, and a calm smile spread across his lips. There was a strange depth in his voice. He said, "I watch people, running, tiring, losing, and I stand here to see who stops." His words went straight to my heart. It felt like someone had placed a piece of ice on my burning soul. Who stops? That question began to echo inside me. We're all running, but where? For what? Do we ever stop to see what's happening around us? That day changed my life. I started meeting that old man every day. He would tell stories, share moments from his life. He told me that he was once a very wealthy businessman. He had everything: money, fame, a big family. But one day, he lost it all in an accident. He was shattered. He felt like his life had no meaning anymore. But then, when he was at his lowest point, he found a new path. He spent some time in an ashram in the mountains of India, where he discovered the meaning of discipline, meditation, and spirituality. He often used to say, "Son, we're all caught in a race where we think we have to achieve something. But in reality, we just need to discover ourselves." Listening to him made me realize that I too was part of that race. He taught me the value of patience. When you wait for something, you learn to value it even more. He taught me gratitude. Wake up in the morning and be thankful for everything you have, no matter how small it is. When you're grateful, your soul finds peace. His stories were filled with struggle, but even more with inspiration. He told me how, even after losing all his material wealth, he never gave up. He awakened a spiritual strength within himself. He used to say, "When everything outside breaks down, something new is born within." This is not destruction, it's creation. I asked him, "Why do you stand here?" He smiled and said, "I stand here to remind people. To remind them that along with running, it's also important to stop. I want to give them hope." Slowly, my life began to change. I started to see everything from a different perspective. I was no longer lost in constant worry about the future. I was learning to live in the present. One day, I tried to give him some money. thinking maybe he needed it. He placed his hand on mine and said, "Son, I don't need money. I need your ability to listen, your ability to understand." He also taught me the true value of relationships and why forgiveness is so important. When you forgive someone, you're not just freeing them, you're setting yourself free. Hearing those words brought tears to my eyes. I realized that this man was truly a sage. He wasn't a beggar. He was sharing his wisdom. He was spreading spiritual truth on the streets of America. He was like a lamp, spreading light even in the darkness. He taught me that life isn't just about achieving. It's about experiencing. It's about learning, growing. It's about finding peace within yourself. He often said, "Some stories aren't found in books. They're found in people's eyes." A few months later, one day, I went to meet him. He wasn't there. I kept waiting for him for many days, but he never appeared again. I don't know where he went or what happened to him. Maybe he left for his next spiritual journey, or maybe his work here was done. But his memories, his words, his lessons, they always stayed with me. I made his teachings a part of my life. Now, I am more peaceful, more joyful, and more content than ever before. I still remember his words. "You stand here every day. Why?" "I watch people, running, tiring, losing. And I stand here to see who stops." So, my friends, if someday, in the streets of New York, or in the crowd of your own life, you see a calm face with an unusual depth in the eyes, pause for a moment. Maybe he is another unknown sage who has come to teach you a deeper truth about life. Because some stories truly aren't found in books. They are found in people's eyes. And that old man, he was a sage, spreading spiritual truth on the streets of America. And his story still lives in my heart. For more such heart-touching stories and inspiring thoughts, don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, Pulse Nova US. We bring you precious stories like this that make you think and guide your life in a new direction. So subscribe now and join us on this beautiful journey of stories.